You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.
The options market can be a confusing place. Sorting through the daily avalanche of data, alerts, updates, articles, and analysis to find the most important information is an overwhelming prospect. But now you have help. Welcome to the Options News Rundown, the only program that breaks through the noise to bring you the most important news and information from the world of options. Every day we bring you the top 5 option stories curated by the options experts at theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider. And now it's time to break through the noise. It's time for your Options News Rundown.
Good morning. Today is Monday, August 6th, 2018. This is your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Our first story today is from investing.com. It's the top 5 things to know in the market on Monday. First is U.S.-China rhetoric flares up again. China's state media lashed out at the policies of U.S. President Donald Trump in an unusually direct attack, adding to worries that the world's 2 largest economies are spiraling towards a full-blown trade war. The ruling Communist Party's People's Daily newspaper singled out Trump in an editorial today, saying he was starring in his own Street Fighter-style deceitful drama of extortion and intimidation. And his expectation that others play along is simply wishful thinking. China's strictly controlled news outlets have frequently rebuked the United States and the Trump administration as the trade conflict has escalated, but they have largely refrained from specifically targeting Trump until now. Second thing to know is global markets start the week lower. Global stocks started the week on a downbeat note as the backdrop of renewed trade tensions weighed on sentiment. Trade war fears have been simmering for months, keeping the market gains in check, with investors jittery over the prospects of further escalation in tensions between the world's 2 largest economies, having an impact on growth. The third thing to know is earnings season starts to wind down. About 40 S&P 500 companies are due to report financial results this week in what will be the last big wave of the second quarter earnings season. Monday sees Tyson Foods, Newell Brands, Cardinal Health, and SeaWorld report ahead of the opening bell. Fourth thing to know today is the dollar stands tall after jobs data. Away from equities, the U.S. dollar edged higher after the latest U.S. jobs report underlined expectations for the Federal Reserve to stick to a gradual pace of rate hikes this year. The U.S. dollar index, which measures the greenback's strength against a basket of 6 major currencies, inched up 0.1% to 95.15, reapproaching the more than 1-year peak of 95.44 hit on July 19. In the bond market, U.S. Treasury prices ticked higher, pushing yields slightly lower across the curve, with the benchmark 10-year yield falling to 2.95, while the Fed-sensitive 2-year note dipped to 2.65. And the fifth thing to know today is new U.S. sanctions against Iran kick in. Despite opposition from European allies, the White House is set to make an announcement this morning, detailing the reimposition of U.S. sanctions on Iran that were overturned by a historic nuclear deal in 2015. A U.S. Treasury official speaking on condition of anonymity said so-called snapback sanctions will be reimposed at 12:01 a.m. Eastern on Tuesday, after businesses were given 90 days to wind down their activity. The first wave of sanctions are set to affect Iran's purchases of U.S. dollars, its trade in gold and precious metals, and its dealings with metals, coal, and industrial-related software. U.S. sanctions on Iran's oil are due in November. Our second story today is from ETFDailyNews.com. What are the monthly precious metals charts telling us? Visible trends on the monthly charts obviously carry greater weight than those on the weekly and daily charts. Monthly charts can also simplify and clarify sector relationships. While the broader trend for precious metals is lower, there are some slight differences as evidenced by the monthly charts. The monthly chart for gold shows good support around 1200. Gold has struggled to sustain a rebound, but it has not penetrated 1200 to the downside. Because this is a monthly support level, look for it to hold on a monthly basis for a few months and perhaps into October. The gold stocks are very close to breaking support. We know that from the daily and weekly charts, but it is quite apparent from the monthly chart as well. A monthly close below $20.70 in GDX and a monthly close below $31 in GDX would put the miners at 2+ year lows. Our third story today is from FXStreet.com. WTI firmer near $69 on escalating U.S.-China trade tensions. WTI traded on the front foot so far this Monday, but struggles to extend the upside above $69 amid mixed fundamental factors. The barrel of WTI has entered a phase of bullish consolidation over the last hours, still underpinned by the news of a drop in the Saudi Arabian numbers of the U.S. rigs. Drillers cut 2 oil rigs in the week to August 3rd, bringing the count down to 859, Baker Hughes Energy Services firm said on Friday, as cited by Reuters. However, the bulls remain unnerved as Iraq's upbeat outlook on oil production, combined with rising U.S. dollar and escalating U.S.-China trade tensions, continue to weigh negatively on the black gold. Our final story today is from Investing.com. Bitcoin plummets to 7,000 despite major announcement. Bitcoin and most altcoins lost ground during the weekend's trading. The drop occurred as if the markets ignored Friday's major news release regarding a new trading platform. Intercontinental Exchange, a leading international exchange operator that owns the New York Stock Exchange, revealed its plans to launch a crypto platform called Bakkt. This platform will be a legally compliant trading venue offering physical Bitcoin delivery on futures contracts. Microsoft and Starbucks are among the key partners. Interesting. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is news you can use for today, Monday, August 6th, 2018, your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Trade smart, and have a great week.
Thank you for listening to the Options News Rundown. To learn more about these stories or any other developments from the world of options, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider.
The preceding program was a production of the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, facebook.com/the The Options Insider or via questions@theoptionsinsider.com.